Hello everyone, I'm Matt Mitchridge, the Alliterative Historian. Mystery Science Theater 3000 is coming back!
For those who don't know, Mystery Science Theater 3000 was a comedic television series created by Joe Hodgson in 1988. First premiering on local Minnesota television, it eventually moved to Comedy Central and later to Sci-Fi Channel. It was hosted by Joe, who played a character who had been sent into space by mad scientists and was forced to watch bad movies. The audience would watch Joe watch the movie and riff on it with his robot sidekicks, Crow T. Robot and Tom Servo. There would also be host segments where our heroes would interact with the mad scientist captors and various other characters who would visit their home, the Satellite of Love. Joel stayed on as host until 1993, when he left the show and was replaced by head writer Michael J. Nelson, who hosted the show until its cancellation in 1999. And if I had to be completely honest, Mike was my favorite of the two. I started watching the show during the Sci-Fi Channel era, and even though I like Joe, I find Mike's brand of riffing to be funnier. Mike got angrier at movies than Joel did, making his reactions more genuine in my opinion. Plus, his relationship with the bots is more like a lamer older brother rather than a father figure like Joe was, which gave opportunities for the characters to bicker and make fun of each other more often. Looking back, it's amazing to see how influential MST3K's style of snarky commentary has been. Many pop culture YouTubers like CinemaSins or the Channel Awesome critics will mock bad films almost as if they are sitting in the theater alongside Joel, Mike, and the bots, riffing away at the worst the film industry has to offer.
Of course, you guys are probably wondering, why am I talking about Mystery Science Theater 3000 and Alternate History YouTube channel? Well, since the new season of MST3K is coming on Netflix this weekend, I thought, why not talk about the show, especially the time when they dabbled in a little bit of alternate history?
In 1997, Mike and the Bots riffed Time Chasers, a low-budget 1994 film written and directed by 20-year-old Dave and Giancola and filmed entirely in Vermont. In the film, an inventor and physics teacher named Nick creates a time machine with his small airplane and a Commodore 64. He successfully takes his invention to 2041, where he discovers the world is an eco-friendly utopia. After selling his invention to a not-evil-at-all corporation called GenCorp, a subsidiary of the Umbrella Corporation, Nick learns that the future Vermont is now a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Nick confronts GenCorp CEO J.K. Robertson about this, and J.K. admits they are turning the time machine into a weapon. He tries to have Nick and his girlfriend arrested, but the geeky scientist proves too much for GenCorp's not-so-highly trained guards. Nick decides to travel back in time to stop himself from selling his invention, but J.K. has a time machine too, and won't let something as minuscule as the end of civilization stop him from improving GenCorp's third quarter earnings. MST3K's riff of Time Chasers is one of Mike's best episodes and is one of my personal favorites. I especially loved Crow's initial disbelief that the nerdy-looking actor who played Nick could possibly be the star, and how Mike and the bots all mocked the almost cartoonish villainy of J.K. Robertson.
And yet, I can't quite put Time Chasers in the same category as The Room or Birdemic. It's not good, but it's not terrible either. It's competently shot, the acting is okay, and the characters are likable.
Even the idea of turning time machines into weapons isn't far-fetched. The new series of Doctor Who has made use of time machines as weapons with the Time War between the Daleks and the Time Lords. The Time War not only explained away the show's hiatus in-universe, but also proved a useful crutch when it came to dismissing continuity errors. Plus, Time Chasers earned a gold award at the Houston International Film Festival in 1994, so they must have been doing something right. It's kind of easy for one to imagine that with a bigger budget and a more experienced crew, this indie SF film with its high-concept idea of time machines as weapons could have been a decent FS action flick. That said, I can't call Time Chasers an alternate history. The characters do travel back in time to 1777, to the Battle of Humbarton, the only American Revolutionary War battle fought in Vermont. While there, a plane crashes and several American soldiers are killed by automatic weapons, but we see minuscule changes to the present at the end of the film. Thus, if we want to find the alternate history, we need to look to Mike and the bots. During the host segments, Tom and Crow decide to help Mike by sending Crow back in time to convince a young Mike to leave his temp job at the cheese factory, or else he's going to be shot into space and forced to watch bad movies. Young Mike decides there is no future in temping and quits to pursue a career in music with his band, Sex Factory. Crow returns to the present, only to discover that Mike has been replaced by his abusive brother Eddie. It turns out that after Mike became a rock star, Eddie took his place on the Satellite of Love. He admits that Mike's band was doing pretty good, until Mike got hit in the head by a big hotel key and died. Realizing he screwed up, Crow goes back in time and convinces his past self not to convince Mike into leaving his temp job. Past Crow agrees not to interfere, and future Crow returns to the present to find everything is back to normal, until everyone realizes there is now a copy of Crow in the past working at the cheese factory. Although the host segments are not the most memorable aspect of Mystery Science Theater 3000, the ones for Time Chasers were some of the better ones. Admittedly, the changes made to the show's in-universe history impacted only the characters and their immediate surroundings, much like It's a Wonderful Life, so fans of big-picture changes to history probably won't be impressed. That said, a lot of mainstream shows experiment with alternate history in this kind of way, and for a show whose main draw is seeing a guy and two puppets make fun of a movie, it's cool to see them put some effort into their skits. So if you like alternate history and have some free time, go check out Mystery Science Theater 3000's riff of Time Chasers. Hell, just go and watch as much MST3K as you can. It's a funny show that makes bad movies enjoyable, and it's one of the best parts of the 90s.
Well, that is all I have to say on the subject. If you like what I do, please comment, subscribe, share this video, support me on Patreon. I'm Matt Mitrich, the Alternate Historian. Bye!